Acting Permanent Secretary of Education, Mrs. Kelada Talonga, Director of Corporate Services, Mrs. Karen the patron of the Vision Fiji, our host today, Mrs. Gati Nursi, officials of Vision Fiji, Free to Lead Fiji, Gasala, other funding partners, Fiji Water Foundation, for you, the members of the Diplomatic Corps from Australian High Commission, Direct Aid Program, of course members of the media, my colleagues from the Ministry of Education, my other colleagues from the Ministry of Education, the directors, curriculum, advisory services, the director of primary, other members of the team, education, good morning. Ladies and gentlemen, you have noted a number of times I have mentioned about that our school system is not only about providing a paper qualification or a qualification. It's about educating children. For so long, over the last 2 to 3 decades, we have been only looking at the narrow definition of education, that is, getting students passed through one year to the other with a particular qualification. And over the last 3 decades, we have, in some way or the other, lost the holistic view of developing a child to be a better citizen of the country. Values and virtues have diminished quite a bit. Students' knowledge about our own heritage, which defines our identity, what it is to be a Fijian, has also been absent in our contemporary new generation of Fijians that we are churning out. Children have lost, to some extent, respect to the elderly in the society. Children's ability to converse in a multicultural, multilingual environment is also lessened, but to a large extent. Ladies and gentlemen, education is not only about preparing a young youth, preparing a youth to enter into the labor market, but it is about securing better Fiji or better future of a particular country. The future Fiji is in our hands. The people in the ministry, the education system. Because we are in custody of these children from age 5 to 18. And at that age group, they are hungry for knowledge. Whatever knowledge, whatever information we will give them, they will take it without questioning. Therefore, 2 things. One is we need to ensure that we give them full information. And secondly, we give them the right to. So education is not only about providing them with information, it's also about providing them with right information. Hence, is there if there's a wire, then I can keep on pushing the wire to the right place. So education is about ensuring that we take a stock take of what are the gaps at every point in time, and keep on bringing in new strategies, keep on bringing in new strategies to deal with those gaps. Some have criticized us for bringing in new policies, but policies are developed based on 2 aspects. One is policy. Just 1, 2. Maybe I should speak without. Yeah. Policies are developed based on 2 things. One is we do some research and we find an issue. So policies are research driven. Research either can be done by us, or there's a plethora of research that's available out there amongst the academic, amongst the researchers. What we need to do is to constantly read these and pick up the relevant policy directions and run with it. The second is policies are driven with contemporary problems. There's a problem And we come up and immediately devise a strategy to deal with those issues. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a number of issues that we're dealing with, that we are confronted with, hence the development of strategies to deal with it. You may have noted, we've announced a number of strategies to deal with these issues. Furthermore, we also have mentioned a number of times the issue of inability of our children to communicate with each other. Ability to have good quality English literacy is not only about communication, it's about business, it's about engaging in transactions. If an individual does not have good command and good knowledge of both written and oral English, the individual will not be able to engage in transactions, not be able to sign MOUs, not be able to engage in contracts, because they can make a lot of mistakes and can cost the particular individual, the firm, business or country. Hence, we have noted there's a gap with respect to the level and quality of literacy amongst our children in Fiji. Of the last 3 decades, for some reason or the other, reading culture has diminished. Now, this is compounded now with the introduction of, or with the IT revolution and electronic gadgets. This is now further pushing students away from face-to-face reading or reading from hard copies of material. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are now in a major problem in terms of getting back our children towards a culture of reading. And it requires a holistic approach, it requires all stakeholders to get together, particularly parents. In contemporary Fiji, I've noted parents now are saying, go to school, the teacher will fix you. Every little discipline issue at home, the parent says the teacher will fix you. Apart from educational issues. Now we're happy to fix our school system to deal with those issues, but it cannot be totally a place where every issue that the parents are supposed to deal with that is passed on to the school system. We want parents to engage with the child. We want parents to know what the child is doing, who the child is talking to during the daytime. So with respect to literacy, we have we're very pleased to work with Vision Fiji and Read to Lead. This is an investment as an economist. If I invest a particular amount of money and if I see there is value to that, I'm willing to invest in every partner, every stakeholder in Fiji. The little 49,000 that we are providing on an annual basis for the next 3 years, I see 10 times returns out of that. That money is a leverage for Vision Fiji and Read to Lead to use to attract further funding from other stakeholders. That money is also demonstrates our commitment to literacy, raising literacy benchmarks, as well as our support to, a formal support to Read to Lead and Vision Fiji in this endeavor of raising literacy benchmark in Fiji. So, ladies and gentlemen, with these words, I want to thank you all very much for coming. I want to thank in particular Read to Lead and Vision Fiji for being there and constantly pushing us. And we look forward to a very stable and working partnership with you. And I do hope that other stakeholders in Fiji will come forward to help us build future Fiji through the younger generation that we have in custody with, the children. With these words, look forward to signing with you.